27th February 2021. How's it going, guys? What you're looking at is some photos that I took way back. And what I'm going to talk about today is, again, about, I didn't get to finish up on that, about vortexes and how to close them. But since I had to dig through some old pictures to look for some pictures of that Japanese maple I told you that died, I wanted to show you some awesome pictures. If you've never been out to the Grand Canyon, it's definitely worth checking out and getting out there walking around. I mean, it's just like a whole nother world. Anybody that can't enjoy that or has no desire, I don't know. I don't think they have much hope in that sense. Got a couple more here, and then we'll get to the Japanese maple, and we'll talk about that vortex. Hold on, guys. I'm back, guys. Ain't nothing like that California coastline out there. If you ever got to go there to California and swim, that is the place to go. I mean, out of all the oceans, I've swam on the East Coast, I've swam down there in the Gulf, I've swam on the West Coast, and I still like the West Coast the best. Let me show you one more photo, guys. Look at those waves. I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, that's all you can, there's just nothing else to explain that. And the beauty here on this planet is just unbelievable. I mean, an awesome sight, guys. All right, let's get on to the Japanese maple. I'm going to show a couple pictures here. Both of them are of me. One is when I went to prom, actually, when I was dating one of the girls back in school there. But I want to show you this Japanese maple. I actually planted it from just a little seed. It was only about maybe 10, 12 inches tall. So hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. And you can see it was starting to get pretty big. It probably got about 30 feet tall. It was never even supposed to get that big because it was supposed to be a dwarf Japanese maple. And I still think that vortex actually took it out. But let me show you one other one here. Actually, this was about a little bit bigger. That's about as big as that should have ever got. But boy, it did get big there. Like I say, this thing got over 30 feet tall. But I wanted to see the size difference. This was back like at about 85 when I graduated there. So hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. This is where that Japanese maple was originally, and I planted another tree there. And like I say, it had been there a very, very long time. And it was just very, very strange, it dying like it did. But like I said, I still think it was the vortex that took it out. So what I'm going to show you today real quick here is I'm going to show you, you guys have seen my big quartz crystal here. And what we're going to do, I'm going to explain something about this. The crystals and stones are just a tool like any other tool, just like a pair of pliers, a Phillips screwdriver, a straight screwdriver. If you know how to use your energy in a sense and can sense different things, this will only enhance it. So it's just, think of it like trying to find a nail, or say not a nail, I shouldn't say nail, say a stud behind sheetrock. If you got one of those sensors, you can pull it along the sheetrock, you can sense it, you can see it, it senses it. Same thing here. So if you take this crystal, and what I was doing, I was taking this around here, and you shouldn't feel no draw, you shouldn't feel no pull or anything, or push for that matter. But I got right here, and it just felt like a huge hole. I mean, like something was just pulling straight in. And I really believe that's what took that tree out. And I don't get it. I don't understand what caused it. And I don't exactly know what year that was when it died. There's been some other things that's been brought up I was looking at too. And there was some other stuff that was said about some trees after 9/11, a few years after that, dying. which is very interesting, and there's debate on some things there about like a biblical sign. But going on there from there with this, there is a symbol in Reiki that can be used, and it basically, what a lot of it's used for, just I think it's like a second degree if I remember correctly, and it's just it's kind of like a spiral. I'm gonna show you. You want to take it's a symbol. You come over, down, and it's like 3 circles around, and then you stop right there. And that kind of, you can throw that out, okay? You can throw that out to connect with someone too. It's not just for using it for like a vortex, but if you want to throw that energy out to connect to someone, you can do that. Now, if that energy, it can also be, it can be reversed too, to close something. But know one thing: if you know how to visualize, to do this, you can do this by closing that vortex, and you don't have to have any other symbols actually to do it. There's different ways you can do it. So basically what I connected with it, and then I visualized it closing. That, just like there was a big hole there, and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's how I did it. And basically, that's how I closed it. Now, there are lots of different things. You could use symbols, you could use different things and stuff like that. And like I say, I mean, there's lots of different ways to go about this. But to me, that was the most simplest way of all of it. So, let's talk about real quick too, I'd like to talk about if you want to cleanse like crystals and stones and stuff, what you can do. Let's say, for example, say we had a stone in our hand and we closed our hand up, okay? Let's think of it in this sense. Think of a room, but a room that has nothing in it, it's empty. And if you can think of that like that for a while and visualize that, that can actually close, this is what I use to close the vortex, but it also can cleanse those crystals and stones. Now what I do for my crystals and stones, I actually use cold water, run them under water, and I also use like mild soap to do it like that. So, the thing of it is, it's just something to be aware of. And there are many different ways to do that. And I think we got some little birdies up there too, in that nest right there. Like I say, there's a lot of other groups here that want to open those portals up. And not everything good, if those portals open, come out of it. Like I say, I was at a metaphysics store, and I asked one time, I said, well, because the thing about the witchcraft bunches here, they're not gonna let hardly any information out. The thing of it was, they want you to join their group, and then you have to swear allegiance to them a year and a day, and if you don't, then they'll come after you and haunt you forever. So it's just another deal. It ain't any different than any other kind of other religions too. Other different things. So it's just another deal. But there are books, pick up deals. Like I say, Teal Swan, EE Energy Arts. There's lots of other ones out there that tell the great stuff here on all of it. So you need to be aware, like I say, of some of this information. And they don't want you to have that other information. But like I say, I asked, and they didn't. They said, well, why would you want to call? I said, well, why wouldn't I? I said, if it was pulling energy. If it's pulling good energy, why wouldn't you want to close it? You know, that's the thing. What comes natural to me might not come natural to a lot of other people and stuff, you know. So, but this is just a short little video, guys. And have a good one.